This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you had a good time. I hope you were doing well.
Welcome back, you assorted Tors and Beastmen.
Yeah.
It's Quest for Glory 5, Dragonfire.
Dragonfire. We're gonna talk to this guard. We're gonna really dig deep.
We're many episodes in and also not very far in.
We get about one conversation per episode.
One full conversation per episode, and then a whole podcast to listen to afterward.
Yeah.
Pretty much, generally speaking. All right, we're going to talk to this guard.
We're going to be done this around 2024. The guard curtly nods his head in response. We do not converse on duty, you fucking idiot.
Tell me more about duty.
Tell me about duty.
Our duty is to the guard of the Hall of fucking Kings. I fucked that up. I'm sorry, everyone.
And we do not converse while we do it.
We don't.
We stand here in silence.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but Rakesh kind of loves me. And he says I can go in anytime.
Is he expecting us, though? Hey, Rakesh is there. Wow.
I fucked you.
I took the back door.
We are honored to have another paladin in our city. Rakesh has spoken of your deeds in Tarna and Shapier. You have truly earned the title. I fucking met you. I have a sense of underlying danger in Silmaria. I believe that the aid of the Prince of Shapier will be necessary here. I have a premonition we will need it for a ring of fucking truth. A ring of truth? I thought those existed only in folk tales.
No, they happen all the time by accident.
And only a rare kind of paladin make one. It requires 4 parts. A ring of rightful ruler forged in the blood of the earth, purified the blood of a paladin, and bathed in the waters of binding. You know? And well, the ring seems impossible. Where does one find earth's blood or the water of binding? Those answers are the essence of the quest, fucker. My friend, will you strive to create the ring of truth?
Again, like, they just happen all the time. It's like finding a big mushroom in your backyard. Like, there's not one every morning, but no one's surprised to find one.
Yeah, I mean, we may as well accept the quest.
Sure. Thank you for accepting this quest. I was really hoping you would. It will be dangerous, I am certain. First, though, we will need a king's ring. Hint, 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 hint. Okay, so I do wear the ring.
Wait, he wears just, it's like, I took it off of the body. I thought no one would, mind, so.
The ring can be reforged, Logos. I really believe that this will aid Silmaria.
I'm really picturing Logos removing the ring like Gollum and just biting the whole finger off and then pulling the ring out of his mouth and...
Nice! You got the fucking ring, asshole! Wisdom and valor lies within you, farewell. You are escorted by the guards to the corridors of the Hall of Kings.
They're always escorting
black bag
you
me
out.
and drag me kicking and screaming out the front door.
They do not trust me at all.
Like, even though they do it every time, they do it with such violence that it always surprises you. You're always off balance and out of breath, and it's like a nightmare.
They grab you by the arms and they come here, you! They call you every time.
They always seem to emerge from nowhere, like you're really bracing yourself, because they do it every time, but somehow you just get flung out onto your face.
Oh, time to wear the king's ring.
That ring would never come off your finger if it got stuck. That's a thick ring.
Oh yeah, no, that's a fucking Super Bowl ring right there. Why is my offense low?
Yeah, you suck.
Being too polite.
You're not being offensive enough.
I mean, you're probably right.
We gotta take a lesson from Rakesh.
I think the Kata are a lesser race. What do you think?
I was gonna suggest we just go around in full Donald Duck for the rest of the game, but that's good too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whoa, who's this? Oh.
Some random person.
No, go talk to her.
Oh, good day to you, mad woman.
I'm going to drink the sea! Welcome. I have no doubt whatsoever you desire to come.
Oh, never mind.
It's like she was cursed with the power of speech, but not born with it.
See you talk to my wife again. I warned you.
I see that look of fear and pity in your eyes. You must have been talking to my wife.
Atlas armband.
That's what it says.
What a beautiful day. You'd never think that hill just sort of met up with the building, but it does. The door is well constructed. The ornate carved wood reminds you of some of the doors you saw in Shapier. The lock is a simple keyhole, and there is no discernible trap.
I wonder.
You successfully picked the lock, but the door is securely barred. You suspect the owner does not desire uninvited guests.
Well, what about that door up there?
What about that door?
Let me try it.
Well, then. This lock is unique. Someone knows thieves here and has found a lock that the toolkit's tools won't unlock. It's probably magical, and it's definitely something you can't get into.
This is the DM telling you can't go in there right now. It's magical.
I know as a
Fuck
thief,
off.
you're good with locks, but not this one.
This one's different. It's unique. You know, it's magical, is what it is. Wow! Just take that shield. Whack! 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 So,
you know,
this place is this place is crazy, right? Like, it's not, I like this place better than Mordavia. Not gonna lie.
Man, there should be a wall around that cliff. They're gonna lose all the dumb kids that way.
That's why there's no kids here.
That's how we lost most of the teenagers on Grand Manan. One way or another, the sea would take them. The riptides on one side of the island and the cliffs on the other.
This metal grate prevents access to the stairs. There is a simple lock on the grate. The stairs lead to a landing and then continue upwards. You can make out several voices snoring upstairs. The small sign on the door says, Old Fisherman's Home.
Oh god, we're gonna meet some fishermen.
No, please!
We shall not.
Oh, thank God. I'm not ready for that.
I wouldn't subject you to that.
No.
Not safe.
I just can't handle that right now. Especially after talking to the Kata woman whose name eludes me.
Yeah, me too.
Were you remembering the dogman's voice?
No, I was trying to and I couldn't, and that's what was funny to me.
He was like an old coot.
Was he?
Yeah, he was like a hillbilly. Instead of an involuntary meow, he had an involuntary yuck.
Good. Thank you for reminding me. The rite of conquest begins. Competitors must finally
gotta find the Hesperian fortress and defeat the general.
Defeat the general, the person. No.
It's nice that the game kind of like just has a hey, what was I doing last notice board? Because otherwise we'd be fucked.
If memory serves, that dog spoke almost exactly like the old dog from Fox and the Hound.
Well, yes. Well, like a prospector.
Yeah. as much whistle as sense.
Oh.
Did I tell you guys about the time I met a gold prospector at a house party?
You're going to now.
You told me, but not everybody else.
The story is not much more complicated than that, but when I was living in Alberta, I got invited to sort of a neighborhood shindig. It was a little just before Christmas, and just some nice folks from the neighborhood were having a bunch of people over, and they saw that I was new and invited me. And as tends to happen, people found out I worked in video games, and I talked to a bunch of young folks about Minecraft for a while, and then they all left. And so everyone else was mid-conversation, and it was just me. And the only guy not in mid-conversation was a very drunk gold prospector who was somewhere between like 80 and 170 years old. He was both the oldest and the drunkest human being I've ever seen capable of speaking so coherently.
What kind of party was this?
So I have a suspicion that it was like a society of time travelers. Because there were many different generations with very different understandings of, like, the world and current events. Anyway, he described a number of alarming encounters he'd had with wildlife, and he had an apparent fearlessness to all animals. Like, he really sincerely believed that if you ran into, like, a moose or a bear in the wilderness, it just wouldn't hurt you. And I was like, I think too many people have been attacked by bears for that to be true, but you've definitely met more bears than I have.
What the fuck is this?
So, to memorize the position of the Greek figure on the wheel, when you're ready, click the center button. Oh, okay.
Did he have an old prospector's voice?
Sort of. It was surprisingly normal. Some of his gold prospector stories involved helicopters, so like...
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. So once we hit the wheel, we've got 1 minute to do this before we get blown up.
To remember which one this was. Yeah, it'll an identical one will show up in the middle.
Okay.
And then we have to get it right 3 times. If we get it wrong 5 times, then we're fucked.
Do you want me to take a picture?
Sure. Let's make our lives extremely easy. Not try to remember all this while also carrying on a conversation.
Okay, I'll see if I can help you by just describing it. Hopefully I can, but if I can't, this will be fun. All right. Is he gonna stop?
Yeah.
Down 7 o'clock. Wait, 8 o'clock. Next one. There, perfect. There, okay. Sorry. Okay. That one?
It's like up here-ish, isn't it?
It's actually like 4 o'clock. Other side, really? Basically, yeah. Oh, wait, yeah.
That's 4 o'clock right there.
Oh my god, the screen's frozen again. This is like...
It's like northeast.
Yeah. And the screen's frozen, so I can't help you at all now.
It's
Is it actually the one? Yeah, it was the one that I had pointed at the first time.
Oh, see the
it's
screen.
Also hard to it's hard to describe vocally what these things are.
Yeah, it is. You got it though.
I mean, you could have just numbered them to say starting counterclockwise from...
I could have, but I'm an artist.
I thought I was being helpful with northeast because it was like...
No, that was good. That was good.
I could have done that. I could have done that.
I realized I was overcomplicating it, but I was like, okay, what words can I use that can only describe one of these?
I was only trying to be a little helpful. So, you found the place, did you? Check it out, matey. This be the finest thieves guild in all of Silmaria.
It's the only one, too.
We'll do the thief sign. You know, keep it official.
Yeah. Okay. God, this fucking screen keeps freezing. All right. I'd rather gather at this point be a thief. Not too many get here otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Going for a real Bruno Kirby thing for this guy, you know?
It's good. It's talk to him. You'll greet him.
Thank you.
Well, matey, you got good manners. Can't say that about most that comes in here and whatnot in situations.
Arresties.
I be minding the store, keeping the guild honest, as it were. I'm trusted because I didn't set out for this job. I made me livelihood at sea until I went one day and fucked it up. So that's my life story in a nutshell, as it is, as it were, and as it shall ever be.
You know what would work well for this guy's cadence and dialogue would be a Maine accent as well.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to make him sound like a fisherman because that's what they want. That's what they want so bad.
No, I like the direction you took him in.
Are you doing something again?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
The fees for the guild are a bit stiff. It'll cost you 100 drachmas to be a fucking guild member. Still, you can make that back in a week or so, and, where you gonna fence your hot shit. So what do you say, bucko? You gonna join, or you gonna make the mistake of fucking doing it alone with no union at your side and whatnot in situations and this and that and all that?
Tricks? Getting tricks?
Situation is one of those words that Matt never uses correctly.
If you know how to take a trap, you better check the chest over there. The most important stuff around here has to have a trap on it. If you got a toolkit, you probably knows your stuff, but you can always practice here as long as he's got the fucking cash. The other trick you can learn here is to pick a pocket. For that, you're gonna need a fucking knife. I got one if you want it. You gotta buy it though. The thing that might save your skin best is blackjack. To use that, you need to sneak up some behind a fucker and hit him in the neck. If you don't sneak or hit him right, you're gonna fuck you up. But with practice, man, you could take a motherfucker out, and whatnot, and this and that, and the other.
Hit him
thing.
in the neck.
You know what's weird is it's like whoever this is Matt is channeling here doesn't want to be reading these lines. It's like only he's aware. Like all these other characters are just talking to us, but this guy's aware that he's got a script and he's panicking about it. It's
weird. Contest of rulership?
He wants to be the chief thief around here, eh? Well, all you gotta do is be able to take the fucking lot of, you gotta get a lot of money, Keep betting you'll outbid the other entrants. Winner takes all, and once the bird is back, of course.
Right.
And whatnot.
This is another buy your way into glory kind of situation.
If you got enough, you just are. Yeah.
If you get enough cash, and then if you have the blackbird, then you just wait until you're at the top of the running, and then you turn in the blackbird and you win, right?
Yeah. It's like the golden fucking snitch, bud. You mean to say you haven't heard of the fucking blackbird? Well, there's plenty of fakes to be found, but there's only one true, genuine article. She's worth a fortune if you can find it. The guild's willing to pay a reasonable sum if she's brought here. I hear Ferrari's willing to pay more, though. If someone with the bird is in the contest to be chief, then he'll win fair and square. Or as fair as a thing like this gets and whatnot in situations. Rumor has it that the bird is somewhere around Silmaria. That's why the guild's a bit empty, like. Most mates would rather get rich quick schemed than working for a living, even at this fucking profession. You know what I'm saying? And this and that, and around, and other things, and switches,
and the like.
And the like, yeah.
And so on and whatnot.
And so on and whatnot in situations. Oh, it's a betting game, a real gamble. You can bet, raise, or call, or try to get the others to drop out. Only one bet a week, though, so it's not that fun.
Tell us about the chief thief.
Oh, okay. You know what I mean. The cap of this motley crew are scallywags. The one that calls the shops makes the waves. The head honcho here can make a bunch of bucks. It's a cushy job, and the pension's good if you live long enough to collect it and whatnot, and this, that, and the other thing. There's 5 now in the running for the position. A few have dropped out when the stakes got high. You got to be fucking a high spender or bring in the bird, if you know what I mean. Who's in is kept secret. Not everybody's known by this job after all. Most of them like to keep a steady, respectable sort of profession. It's good for the guild to have a boss on the up and up, you know? Gets to know the things better that way. If people trust them and whatnot in situations and around the bend and up my ass.
Can you imagine if the king of an island nation was also the chief of the Thieves Guild?
It's weird because this, like, the king pageant's the news of the town, and one of the contestants is like, "Hey, I'm also here to be the leader of the Thieves Guild."
I mean, like, think about that. Like, if I were, high in the running to be the king, and I am so far, right? Like, I was the only one that completed his task in the first one, and one of my other entrants have died. And then I'm like, yeah, I'll be chief thief. And it's like, well, fuck, this guy is actually like almost the king too. So,
like,
yeah, learning,
right. Like, learning that a thieves guild exists in some kind of official capacity is classic. But usually that would be like, like that would be the role of some vizier or advisor, is that they oversee the thieves guild. Rarely the king himself.
Yeah. I like it though.
This is like when I play Crusader Kings and I like make my spouse the spy master. Just because I can't, also be the spy master as king in Crusader Kings. But there you go. You can be someone else's spy master. That's always useful. Anyway, let's tell him about ourselves. We're going to give him plenty of ammunition to deal with us in the future.
Here's what I'm all about
for him. Yeah, here's my past. Here's my social security number. Here's the PIN number to my bank.
Well, I'm also a paladin.
I save everyone. I rob everyone.
Seems to be an experienced sort of thief, ain't you? Well, you'll do good around here, no doubt in situations.
No doubt in situations.
When Matt
1,744 drachmas. Holy shit! It only costs 100 to join the guild. So.
When Matt and I used to work together, whenever I asked him how something was going, he would always begin with the phrase, "You see, I've created a situation where this is happening." He was always creating a situation. And it was just him stalling for time while he figured out how to explain the thing. But it was usually like something had gone wrong, or like I needed it modeled some way, and he'd be like, see, I've created a situation where I've modeled it exactly the opposite of that way. But it was always, you always have to wade through the, I've created a situation where. It's also like, whenever Matt is doing math, he'll start by saying, yes, it's the number that is known as the number, commonly referred to as the number.
Yeah.
There's this real preamble while Matt does the calculations in his head. He just lets his mouth do that.
I am terrible at math, y'all. I mean, welcome aboard, you fuck. It'll be good to see someone new around here, or anyone at all. I mean, yeah, I'm terrible at math. I'm not a mathman, even though my name is Matthew.
Excellent. Excellently done.
I'm not smiling when I'm laughing. You can't. It doesn't translate.
Oh, yeah. Matt's second most disturbing ability next to the backwards speech is the laughing without smiling.
It's one of my favorites.
The joyless laughter is, it's so upsetting.
You try to cheat me out of an honest living, as it were, in situations? I'll starve if I accept anything less than this. I'll fucking die. Are you trying to fucking kill me? Oh, you're cheating me blind. I might as well slit my throat right now. Oh, my God. All right, here you go. It's yours.
I might as well rip off this Fu Manchu and eat it.
I'm going to eat my entire top lip. I'm going to do it. It's going to be nose, then skull, and then my bottom lip. A pleasure doing business, as it were, and whatnot, and around the bend and up my ass.
Offer him I didn't make a good enough offer, apparently.
I'm just gonna pull my head skin into my mouth like I'm pulling paper towel out of a dispenser, but there's no extra towel.
I'm gonna wrap my tongue as far around my head as possible until it doesn't give anymore, and then I'm gonna pull extra hard. You're gonna fucking kill me here, Questibert. Oh, you're trying to fucking kill me. Just throw a knife into my neck right now. Do it. Do it.
Pull out my left eye and shove it into my right eye socket alongside the right eye.
Yeah.
Turn me into a flounder man, but with more blood.
Leave the fucking cord attached so I can see my own eye. God. Before I fucking die. Anyway, nice doing business with you, bud. Take it easy.
That guy really came to life as soon as we started doing business with him.
All right, do we have any questions for Glory?
Oh, shit, yeah! We got some questions for Glory! Letting you play. And there we go. There we go! Yeah!
Yeah!
Woo! Okay! Question for Glory. If it were up to you to design a method for choosing Silmaria's next king, what would it entail?
From whom?
That's from Joseph. Joseph Davies. Sorry.
Joseph Davies.
I read his name and then I proceeded not to say it in my.
I
read
it
in my
that's
head.
fine. It's all right.
It's fine.
Okay, so if we had to devise one of the steps of the king pageant,
Yeah.
I mean, we've established that step one is murder a town.
Murder a town.
Without asking very many questions.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that the last one is be my buddy.
Yeah, be my friend.
I know from another city or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the day one, you go out just with the fucking clothes on your back and go liberate a town. Mission 1. Mission 2, preemptively have made friends with this lion tour. That's the second one is the quest of it's the trial of forethought, where the contestant is expected to have already met the conditions for whatever it is.
The trial of serendipity.
I don't think that and then I think the next thing we have to go do is go and find the base of the bad guys and just fuck them up, right?
Yeah. Well, at least bring back his shield or some shit like that. I forget what it is.
It was his shield. I was hoping it was his head, but no.
It's it kind of depends on what type of king you want, really.
I know that this would not make for compelling gameplay, but like statecraft. You know, like a demonstrating knowledge of economics, or like, you know, or the ability to rule effectively,
or anything beyond fighting, really.
Yeah, anything beyond murdering a city. I mean, like, I'm sure that that's a really useful thing to have as a king. God knows, once again, in the game of Crusader Kings 3 that I have been playing, like, when I go and play a Viking, like, lord, that's most of my shtick, is just, I'm really good at murdering people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want a king who understands resources and sacrifices and difficult decisions. So, like, you know, difficult logic puzzles and hypothetical scenarios and, like, war games and, like, statecraft games. Probably how you'd want to pick your king. Or chess boxing. That'd be good, too.
Yeah.
I mean, not as thorough, but, like, if I were a peasant, like a toothless, yammering idiot, I'd want the king pageant to be chess boxing, where the contestants just beat the shit out of one another, and then they're all, like, bloody and swollen, and they sit down at a table and do a couple rounds of chess, and then they gotta get back up and do another round of boxing, and just last one standing.
That's the weirdest part about this whole king pageant. It's very dependent on who your enemy is at the time, or if you're being invaded at all. It's like, what did they do before?
I mean, like, you know, the previous king has to have died in some manner or another, so...
But how did Justinian get the fucking throne? Everybody knows he was a fuck-up. Everybody knows that.
Everyone knows. Everyone.
It's canon.
It's canon. Like, because was it something to do with the dragon? Come on.
No, the dragon was sleeping, as far as we know.
This is what I'm saying, right?
The big trial when Justinian was becoming king was a local craze of the peasantry recreationally rubbing salt into their eyes. It was the Tide Pod challenge of that day, and that was really
That's also the craziest part about this too, is that nobody actually gets to see us do this. We just come back and people are like, okay, yeah, you did that. Like, there's no theater to this. It's all like, here, go solve these problems.
At least the sort of warrior pageant that we did in the Simbani village, like the whole village was kind of out there in the town square watching us like throw spears and run laps and and like balance on a balance beam and shit like that. Here it's just like, well, he's off. And then he and then like the next morning he comes back just covered in blood, carrying like, the seal of some city on the other side of the island,
Yeah.
Like, we fuck around with wizards and magic more than the average adventurer does, but this is still a setting where rumor travels by sail.
Yeah.
Right? So if we go off and say we liberated a place, like, by the time people find out whether or not that's true, it's going to be too late.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. Okay. Well, so basically any other way than what's going on here. I think, statecraft, I think across the board would be the best way to do it. Or chess
showing
boxing.
that you're good in a fight is probably nice, especially considering that like the last king was just straight up murdered. Like maybe demonstrating that you can kind of take care of yourself is handy.
Nobody's immune to poison.
Yeah. It's true. That poison in particular.
Mysterious jugular poison.
Yeah. Applied on the blade.
So one thing that makes the king pageant not plausible, but interesting, is that it is situational. It's based on the king they actually need. Their king is dead. They need a new king. And the king pageant features issues that the kingdom currently has in the absence of its king. Take your 3 most pressing issues and turn them into a contest. And whoever solves the issue best, that's your new king.
Gets
the best
to be
available
the figurehead for the city, for the land for a while.
Well, I mean, of the first 4 people who scraped the dough together.
I mean, yeah, well, that too. They also help bolster the economy briefly.
Yeah, we need a bake.
And Logos continues to be the actual statesman.
A cake off.
It's sort of a serious contestants only clause to the king pageant.
Yeah.
I think it should be like Princess Maker, where you need to do all kinds of shit, but like across the board, you need to be good at cooking and cleaning, to show that you have real world skills. Good at farming, good at adventuring, of course.
It kind of makes me want to do like a Quest for Glory themed Princess Maker clone.
Oh. Yeah,
I think in that vein, the idea that you prepare to be king your whole life, regardless of whether there's a need for one. You have some sort of academy or training regime by which people train and compete to become king for years.
Yeah,
because kings are mortal by nature.
Yeah.
And so rather than having a big, crazy weekend pageant where 4 idiots with 1,000 gold pieces compete to control the fate of the rest of the kingdom, you actually had a contingency in place for this and just had people training for the role their whole lives.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
you gotta imagine that this shit has happened in the past of all of the monarchies across the entirety of the world, especially back in the Dark Ages.
Most king pageants are just, somebody inheriting it or somebody like murdering a couple people and then inheriting it. That's kind of
I mean, like we're kind of the latter right now.
Yeah,
you know? It's just we weren't the ones that did the original murder.
Yeah,
but we are sort of forcing their hand by being the best at murder.
Yeah.
Joseph
Davies also has a vote for Obscure DOS Game Theater, which, by the way, should be the title. Obscure DOS Game Theater? I'm in. I love it. I think we should do it. Okay. Quest for Mashups, an episode of Hogan's Heroes, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. I mean, he kind of already did that. He just put it in a prison camp. It's all the same deal. It would be hardcore. 12 Op wants DOS games. The Dwarf with the Dagger sounds so familiar, but they don't think it's Zork. Yeah. My gut says it's a game someone typed in from Compute Magazine. Man, that's old school. I don't even know. So we got a couple. Matthew Higdon also wants DOS games. Spivey Lou. Confession for Glory. I always mean to respond to your videos, and then ADHD reminds me of all the unnecessary things I could be doing instead, like stacking hot glue sticks and reading recaps for shows I don't actually watch or like. Mood! I'm there too, you know?
I feel you. Feel you there, Spivey.
Yeah. For the love of God, please do some DOS games. Although while doing Sierra, until Matt has fully voiced Quest for the Longbow and Dagger of Amon-Ra, have any of us lived? Oh, you just wait. Oh, you just wait. You're going to have to. You're going to have to wait a long time, probably. But I'm going to do it.
You might have to wait a while.
Here's my obscure mashup, but a real life one. A theory came up several years ago that I still haven't 100% validated, but it hasn't been entirely disproved of yet, is that celebrity chef Rachel Ray is actually cloned from Jerry Lewis's genetic material. You heard it here first. You know, I see it. I see it. I see it.
I don't really remember what Rachel Ray looks like or sounds like or acts like.
She calls extra virgin olive oil EVOO. And
I'm sorry?
She's always got a garbage bowl going. You know, she's got a bowl when she's cooking. She's like, put it in the GB. So she likes to like...
Really?
Yeah, that's what she says. Put it in the garbage bowl, the GB. Yeah.
Does she say the GB?
She says the GB. It's a whole thing. I haven't watched Rachel Ray in years. I'm not lying to you, but it's what I remember. And
I'm
also,
not into that.
Spivey has given us has given us a recipe for glory. Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Start with a block.
What is it for?
Okay, so you start with a block of sharp cheddar. I like to mix white and yellow and shred it. Then add a glop of mayonnaise, a sploosh of buttermilk, some shakes of salt, pepper, garlic salt, and onion powder, and a couple tablespoons of chopped up roasted red peppers. And it makes a killer keto-friendly pimento cheese. I'm in. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
right.
It does sound good.
Yeah.
I'm doing the keto thing right now, but I'm also not like I've noticed, and maybe this is just because I spent so long in a lactose light country, but I'm not really into cheese very much anymore. Like I'll like a very sharp, like a relatively hard cheddar. That's like about my limit these days.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find my dairy intake is less as well. Yeah.
I've had like, even when I wasn't on keto, I would have a pizza and I'd be like, oh, this is too much cheese all the time. You know?
The two things, there's two mediums where I recognize no upper limit to the amount of cheese. And I mean that almost literally. And that's a grilled cheese sandwich and a pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, grilled cheese sandwich. Like I'll go nuts. Well, I mean, I also hesitate to call it cheese, but I will have too many craft singles on a grilled cheese.
Yeah, like I want the cheese portion of my grilled cheese to be at least as thick as the bread, even after melted.
Absolutely.
I will especially put too many craft singles on grilled cheese when I'm making it with like carbonate.
Yeah.
And yeah, the amount of mozzarella I want on a pizza is like structurally problematic.
Yeah, no, I always
the pizza
ask,
would be a hemisphere of toppings.
I ask for extra cheese on pepperoni all the time. It's a whole thing, you know, and I agree with you. And I'm a huge dairy guy. Like, hook me up to a cow teat. That's what I want all the time. In my veins. Dairy all the time.
Like Bane, but with milk.
Heavy cream. Give it to me. Pump
Yes,
that.
as Matt has established, milk is for what? Tea babies and
cereal.
And cereal.
Milk is only for tea, babies, and cereal. That's it. That's a hill I've decided to die on. It's funny.
Yeah.
I don't actually feel that way, but it's a fun.
I put
it's a
milk
fun
in
thing.
coffee. Well, I put cream in
That's
coffee,
a
really,
sin. Putting milk in your coffee is like admitting that you are like not meant for this world. Like it's like
I admit this. Where is the problem here?
it's like you're too weak for this world. That's what cream is for. Cream is for your coffee. You know,
okay. I mean, like I put cream in my coffee, not milk, but I mean it's the same fucking thing with a higher fat content.
Higher fat content. Look, milk has a higher sugar content than cream.
Well, that's why I do cream. I do fucking half and half.
No,
or
look,
like whipping cream in my coffee these days.
You and I don't have a problem, Luke. You put cream in your coffee. That's all I need to know. Milk in your coffee? No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out. I don't want to know you.
Yeah.
Unless it's oat milk. I'm okay with that. Or like almond milk. I'm fine with that.
I do almond milk. I do almond milk and I do heavy and I do like whipping cream.
Yeah, whipping cream's great.
I
Half
find
and half coffee cream. Yeah.
I find almost any milk substitute, like almond milk or cashew milk or whatever, will do just as well for milk. Like for cereal and coffee and whatnot, like any alternative non-dairy milk will be pretty much as good.
Well, it's fucked up because like I grew up drinking milk by like the gallon. I grew up in the 80s
all of us in
90s.
Canada, didn't we?
Yeah.
You get the carton of milk. We're at lunchtime.
Absolutely.
Just like with every meal, just bam.
Yeah.
Just throw that down your throat. That's so weird. When did milk become like passé? Like when did it become like I don't know.
I think the milk lobby was very strong in the 80s and 90s.
Wasn't it? Who didn't have one of those cow erasers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you go to school, you get the cow erasers. They're like, hey, you guys like milk, huh? You want some erasers?
Yeah, like erasers. I don't know how many of our viewers, or if this was a thing in the U.S. It might have been. I have no idea. But at least when we were kids, Matt and I, for certain, Alex probably, in like elementary school and stuff, like there was like a milk sign-up sheet basically.
Yeah.
Like you would choose what kind of milk, like if it's skimmed or 2% or whatever,
or chocolate,
and you would just get a. I don't think we had access to chocolate in my school.
We did, but we weren't.
Or maybe we did, but like the parents never chose to allow it. But yeah, and like you would get a carton of milk every day. They would come in those fucking milk crates, and it would just be like, "Here's your milk, child. Have your milk at lunchtime."
Yep.
And here's your recess milk.
Open that Beck spout. Yeah. Go to town.
Yeah, and like I recall that being like some of my biggest intake of chocolate was in the form of chocolate milk.
Oh yeah.
You would like try to get more chocolate milk from your peers. Like by barter.
It was like cigarettes. It was the prison cigarettes of the elementary schoolyard. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd do someone a solid and you'd get one of their chocolate milks.
And inevitably you'd have that one kid who like didn't finish their milk but kept the carton in their desk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for like weeks.
Until it became cheese. Yeah.
I have watched chocolate milk expire in a big bad way, and it never lessened my appetite for chocolate milk.
No. Even when there was that big rumor going around for a long time at my school about like how chocolate milk is just the milk with blood in it. So they add chocolate to disguise it.
Nope. I would still drink it.
I miss childhood rumors.
Like, even even when after you hear that and you realize that chocolate milk is subtly pink, like it's a little bit pinker.
It's a little bit pinker,
normal,
right? Yeah.
Than normal chocolate would be, and you're like, that's plausible. Still, like down the whole carton without stopping to breathe.
Thanks everybody. Thanks Spivey. Thanks for that. Thanks to everybody who sent in a question or comment. Idras,
we appreciate it.
We really appreciate it, guys. You make the last half hour of every episode great. And in some cases the whole episode. Although we haven't done that in a while. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna level with you guys. It's summertime now, officially. Shit's gonna be going on. Some things are happening, some things are not. We're gonna try to get out some episodes with some real regularity, but if we miss a few, I hope you understand. But we're gonna try. And I really want to get some obscure DOS game theater going too. I want to get Andrew in on that. I gotta get Andrew back.
And next week, Matt and I have our annual community holiday to ruin. So
yeah, we may or may not be here. I don't know. We'll have to see. So, but I'll let you know.
Canada Day for most of Canada. Bedford Days for us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll tell you about Bedford Days when we come back.
Oh yeah.
I might have spoken about Bedford Days last time Bedford Days came around, but
I'm sure we explained it, but nobody remembers.
Yeah, it's
probably not.
It's the only holiday I observe.
All right, everybody.
Bye, everyone. We'll see you next episode, whenever that happens to be.
Hopefully soon. Slake it easy. Leave your comments. We read
Look
them
out
all.
for one another. Watch your backs. Watch each other's backs.
Look out behind you.
Yeah. Like seriously, it's right behind you.
No, like now. Look behind now.
Like in fact, don't turn around because
it's too late.
It's gonna see you. You just need to dart to one side, really shoulder roll to one side, and it hasn't noticed you yet. So visualize all the exits available to you.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna want to shoulder roll out of your chair and make for the nearest one and for the least expected one. I think you can make it. I believe in you.
If you're gonna cry, do it without wailing. Just do it with determination on your face.
Breathe normally. Plan your moves. It won't make a move until you do.
That's what we're going to do after this. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Take it
Godspeed,
easy.
everyone.
Godspeed. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.